Hi everyone. Welcome to another video in this Google Ads series. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to create your first campaign. Now, when you're actually creating your first campaign, it's very important to understand that what your objective is, what your goal is, right? So we're going to create a search campaign, and rather to make you understand how things work. And in the next video, we'll go with how to create a video campaign, which is a YouTube campaign, right? So let's start with the search campaign first, right? So what you have to do is you have to click on this create button, click on campaign. Once you click on campaign, as I showed you in the previous videos, you have an option on objective to select, right? So here I will just go with sales, just for the sake of making you guys understand. Click on continue, and then click on search here, right? Now what I've done is I've selected sales as my objective. I've selected search ads as my primary ad. And now what I will do is I would ask Google to reach one of the goals. For example, I can ask the Google to visit my website, add to visit my website, or give me a phone call, store visits, app downloads, depending on your objectives, right? So what I will do here is that I'll just do website visits, right? You can have multiple options if you want here, right? So you can put in multiple options inside your this website URL, and also you can put in phone calls, you can put in store visits and stuff, right? Now the naming conventions, I'm keeping it as it is right now, but you can definitely put in the naming convention you want. You can definitely put in dates and stuff. Like for example, we can have, say today is say 17th, sorry, 19th, 11 23. So we can just put in there, and we can give, or maybe we can put in the brand name, like for example, we can put in the brand name here, and we can start with the campaign. Now what campaign name does is primarily it helps you, to recall things and understand it better when we search for it better. So that's the only thing about campaign names. Now let's click on continue here. We'll start a new campaign. Okay, now comes bidding. Now what exactly is bidding? Bidding is primarily a parameter which actually judges your client, like the ad's performance, right? So as you are basically selecting a sales ad, your bidding strategy should be conversions, right? I mean, getting more sales, which means conversions, right? You have other options as well where you can select conversion value. Conversion value means how much you're spending for one conversion. Clicks, like how many number of people are clicking on your ad. But this I would suggest is good for awareness or traffic ads, but not exactly for sales ad. Impression share is also not something I would recommend for this kind of an ad. So I will definitely go with conversions, right? Target cost per action we are not putting in right now. Now what is the target cost per action, or acquisition in some cases we call it? Target cost per action is primarily a number, a figure, data. Like for example, if I selected, it will ask me to put a number. Like for example, how much amount you want to spend for one conversion, right? So if I say like, okay, I'm going to spend say $100 for one conversion or $200 for one conversion, totally depends on a lot of factors, right? But we cannot do that right now because we are running a totally new campaign. We don't have enough data to back it up. We don't have enough details to understand how much I should put in this figure. So what we usually do is we run a campaign for say 3 6 months duration. We have a good number of idea of the conversion value and everything, and then we put in the number based on our previous data, right? So as I've always mentioned, Google, digital marketing is all about data. It's all about understanding your data well, right? So we will not put it right now. The same goes for this also, where you're actually putting in bid for new customers only. Now when I say bid for new customers, it means primarily I will not show my ad to my previous customers, right? So for that also you need to have a data, like for example what we call remarketing, right? So if you want to showcase your ad just to the new customers, not to the older ones, you can select this option. But in this case, as it's a totally new campaign, we're not going ahead with it. We cannot actually go ahead with it. So we'll just click on next. Okay, now there are multiple platforms, like in Facebook we had Instagram Messenger, Facebook, Facebook audience network, and multiple other options. We have search network and display network on in Google ads. Now search network is basically the search parameters, the search engines and everything which Google has. Like it can be Google's own search engine, it can be search engine used in other Google platforms and stuff. Now display network is something I won't recommend, because display network actually is a way to get your budget exhausted. The reason I'm saying this is, as it's already mentioned also here, easy way to get additional conversion at similar or lower cost than search with unused search budget. Now, unused search budget means primarily, if a search ad is not running well, or maybe it's not using its total budget, the rest of the remaining budget, say 20% of the budget, will be utilized for the display network. But in this case, as we are running a sales campaign here, I don't think display ads or display network ads would actually give you the right results. So I would definitely switch it off, and I would recommend you also to switch it off when you're running a search ad. All right. So search network, you can switch it on, no issues. That's fine for a new ad. Okay. Now next comes the location, right? And the location we put in, like whatever location we want, right? India, if we want to put a city region, we can put that also, right? Just click on this and enter new location or another location and just put it here. And that's how we work. Languages, obviously you can put in English to start with. If you have a regional language, or if you're putting in ads in regional content, you can put in the regional content or regional language you want, right? Next is the audience segment. Now, audience segment is primarily to understand, what kind of audience you want to showcase your ads to. Now, unlike Facebook or social media, you don't have a social platform to determine that. So how is this determined is basically based on the search behavior, like what people are searching for, what content they're consuming in YouTube and other websites they're visiting. Now, in my opinion, I would say that this is something you can definitely go ahead with, but this is not something that actually drives your ad. Like in Facebook or social media, what drives your ad is basically your audience. I mean, the audience, like the interest based audience, right? But here it's not the case. You can definitely go ahead with, say, a similar kind of thing. So, for example, I'm basically running a digital marketing agency ad. So, what I will do is I will definitely try to target the industries I'm targeting. For example, I'm targeting real estate industry, right? So I'll just search for real estate, and what I will do is I will target real estate industry, because I'm targeting real estate companies for my digital marketing services, right? So based on what I'm targeting, I can change this thing. Now, okay. Now, what you can do is there are multiple other options also. We will definitely learn in details when we move forward. But like we can put in the start and end dates, as you can see here. We can schedule our ads, like which time to which time we want to run our ads, right? There are multiple options in Google you can work with. Uh, so let's click on next here. Now here comes the most important part, where you have to put in your keywords, right? The keywords suggestion, the research we did in the previous video, you have to put in your keywords based on the research you have done. Now these keywords are basically fetched from the website I had shared, right? Now don't do that. Definitely don't just put in the website and get the keywords and then run ads on this. What you need to do is you need to put in the right keywords based on your research you have done earlier, right? So here I'll just put in this keywords, but in your case, when you're running a campaign, please make sure that you have done your research. You should manually come here and put in the keywords based on your research, right? So just click on this. Now comes the final part, which is primarily getting the ad ready, right? Now in the ad we have the final URL, right? We can mention the headlines as well. Now just one word of suggestion: when you're actually putting in your headlines, please make sure that your headlines contains the keywords you put in here. For example, I put in digital marketing agency, right? So what I will do is I will definitely try to put in something similar in my headlines as well. So I'll just put in, say, digital agency, right? Or I'll just put in here digital marketing agency as well, right? So similarly, what I would do is I would put in, say, let me see what other keywords are there, just to get you an idea. So there is top marketing agencies, or full service digital marketing agency. So I'll just put in full service agency. Okay. Now, based on what kind of keywords you have used in your targeting, you can definitely put in keywords here as well. Now, you can see the ad strength became average from poor based on what headlines you're putting in, right? So, it's very important for you to understand that, that whatever keywords you're putting in, that keyword should actually reflect in your headlines as well. and in your descriptions as well. Like whatever descriptions you're putting in, you should always put in the right description using the keywords you have done, right? So for example, if I've used say digital marketing company, like this is a digital marketing company in India, so I've used the specific keyword or I've used similar keywords, right? So that's how a basic ad, this is a basic ad etiquettes, like putting the right keywords in your headlines and descriptions. Next is the site links, call outs. Now site links are basically add-on links inside your ads. So what you can do is you can definitely come here, click on site links, if you want to definitely put in site links. So we already have a few created, so let's click on this. So site links look something like this. So it's basically the text, like the page name and the URL, as simple as that. You just have to click on create, right, and click on save, right? So once you do that, primarily what it does is basically it showcases that in below you add, right? So it showcases that once you have this. So I'll just show you how it looks like. So as you can see, so if I go for this, as you can see here, yeah, this is how it looks like, right? Just below the ad, it's basically having a link, another link, or multiple links you can put in here. No worries. You can put multiple links. You can put links of your payment. You can put links of your main pages. You can definitely do that so that it becomes easier for the audience to, track you or make you understand, like go to the right page, right? And call out primarily is basically adding more business information, like you can add address, or maybe you can add a phone number, you can add a, you know maybe your uh, some offers, right? So you can add multiple call outs as well. Call out is primarily text, not a link, so you can just put that as well. So I'm not putting it here right now because I personally feel it's not needed here. So I'll just click on next, right? And in the final step, what it will do is basically it will ask me to give me a budget, right? So you can just put in your budget here. Average daily budget, say it's around, say I would just say $1,000, right? So just click on next, yeah, and then that's it. I mean, if you're done, just check for once you click on next, it will actually evaluate the entire ad and show you any errors. So let's see if we have any errors as of now, right? So yeah, it's showing you don't have a location, so just click on here. I hadn't selected location here, so I just click on India here, right? So I'll just go to review one more time, right? And that's it. Right now it is asking me primarily to give my verification, but that's not mandatory as of now. But you can definitely publish your first campaign like this, right? But you have to make the payment. Obviously you have to put in the money in your billing and your payment method, which I've shown in the last videos. So just put in the money and then in the billing account and everything, and your ad will be ready to go, the search campaign will be ready to go. So the next time when you, how to check if your campaign is running, obviously it has to be in the active state, right? But apart from that, what you can do is you can manually go to Google and search for the keywords you have put in your ads, and you know and get it done, as simple as that, right? So that's how you primarily run a Google search ad. Thank you.